Good afternoon, everyone. We're just gonna wait for our speaker from Humber College. So we'll be starting in a few minutes. Okay, a few more are joining in. Just gonna wait for our speaker. So for others who do have colleagues that wasn't able to register, feel free to share this link. But again, this is recorded.
Hello.
Hi, Daryl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Whoa,
I'm
Steve.
great. Where are
Nice.
you there? Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna make sure you can share your screen. I'll make you a co-host.
Sige, para ako na lang mag-play ng video. Sorry.
Yes.
Wait,
I,
ilan sila? Kumusta ito?
currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not everyone is Filipino pala.
Ah,
Yes.
so
But
sorry,
they are
sino-sino sila?
recruiting because they have staff here in the Philippines.
Sino-sino to, if I may ask?
The different agents.
Oo.
Okay, we do have like the name of the agents.
Oo.
Sorry, agents, not the counselors.
Oo.
Okay, so
Agency.
we have JD Edu Consult. This one we have four who just joined in. I think this is from Yanni, so I'm not certain who are these agencies.
I see. Sige
So
lang.
some are from Cebu, Bulacan. We also have Batangas and Laguna.
Sige,
And
sana
we
wala
also
naman akong
have
partner.
others from Nueva Ecija.
Sige, sana wala akong partner.
I think parang wala pa naman. I believe ha. Cause,
When you believe.
sorry guys, ganyan po talaga siya.
Ay, sorry.
But anyway, yeah, sige, sige da. But yes, for our attendees, again, this is recorded. Yeah, others are joining in. But then, this is recorded, so automatic after our session with Humber College, we'll be sharing again with the presentation deck, the recording. So you can just play, replay, check with, like any informations that you've missed or share to your colleagues. So again, good afternoon, everyone. It's another webinar with Yes Education, this time for Canada. We do have Mr. Daryl Agapito from Humber Polytechnic. Before I always call it Humber College. I'm so used to um, telling that name, but it's Humber Polytechnic now. So yeah, we do have another agent, Da, from New Zealand, who's also recruiting Filipinos. Actually, Miss Michelle is like a Filipina, but she's recruiting from not just from Australia, but also for Canada and other destinations. So others are joining in pa rin. Feel free, the spotlight is yours. Hopefully you can share. Sana hindi tayo magkaroon ng problem for your audio. If you're gonna share videos.
A video.
Yeah.
Sige, actually, while waiting, are we still waiting for a couple more of people?
No, we can start that. We can
Ah, sige.
start the presentation.
Sure. So actually, I thought wala pa sila sa room. I didn't know.
It's okay. We
I thought
usually
it's just
do
the two of
that.
us.
Yes, we
Okay, I'm sorry
usually
about
do
that,
that.
guys. Hmm.
Just to
Then we
give
have
you,
to shift now. We're
we're
formal.
kind of, yeah, we're always like that.
I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay,
So,
da.
sige, I just can't find the video, but just before we begin, let me just play a very quick video.
Let's see, let's see.
And I hope we get the audio.
Yes. Most of the time we don't kasi.
Actually, yung video, yung kanta ko na joke lang. Sound. Okay.
The moment is here. To rise, to thrive, to prove the haters wrong, to prove yourself right. Humber is ready for you to bring it. Your bold ideas, your big dreams, your unique talents. So bring it to class, bring it after class, bring it to the field, bring it in the field. We'll cheer you on from your first class, first hands-on learning experience, and throughout your time at Humber. We'll bring you choices. We'll bring you opportunities. We'll bring you support for all of your possibilities. It's about how you see things and everything that makes you, you. So step onto campus and start your future. Whatever it holds, we'll help you prepare. So you'll be ready, like really ready, to take on whatever the world brings. All you have to do is bring it. We are Humber.
Okay, so that's a glimpse of who we are as an institution. So again, thank you so much for joining this afternoon session with Yes Education. I believe Pao mentioned earlier that now we're presenting a Canadian institution. So again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daryl Agapito. I'm the International Recruitment Manager for Philippines, Singapore, and Australia for Humber Polytechnic. So again, we are a Canadian institution based in Toronto. From the name itself, we are a polytechnic institution. And why do we give so much emphasis to the name of being a polytechnic? So before, just like what Pao mentioned, we are just Humber College, Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning. It's a quite long name for an institution, but now we've rebranded. I think it has been over a year or 2 years now that we are being called as Humber Polytechnic. So again, there are just 13 polytechnic institutions across the whole Canada, and there are only 7 in the province of Ontario where we are located. There are only 3 in the city of Toronto. So Toronto is the capital city of Ontario province, and that's where Humber Polytechnic is located. So what does Polytechnic means? It means that we deliver our programs in combination of theoretical and hands-on learning. So usually when you do probably an info session with a Canadian institution, you would always hear hands-on learning, and that is because colleges are really like that. we give emphasis so much on hands-on learning, but there is what we call Polytechnics Canada. It's an association of the 13 polytechnic institutions where we are really required to ensure that our students will receive the hands-on learning while they are still studying at Humber Polytechnic. And how do we ensure that? So 90% of our academic programs where your students will be choosing from really requires internship or co-op. So if you're familiar with co-op for Canada, it's like an internship or OJT in the Philippines. So that is required for them to graduate, and that's how we ensure that they have the experience already while they are still with Humber, finishing their program. And that is the reason why 90% of our graduates are job ready and they get jobs within 6 months after graduation. Ayun. So Humber is considered to be the largest public college in the whole Canada. In the whole Canada, yes. Right now we have over 40,000 learners, all in all, in different degrees. Um, so 10,000 of which are international students from over 130 nationalities. And I'm very proud to say that Philippines is still in the top 5 origin of international students at Humber Polytechnic. So that's how huge the Filipino community is inside Humber. So if you have any students who would be happy to join that community, we're very excited to welcome them. So this is where we are located. We have 3 campuses. All of them are in Toronto area. We don't have any other campus in a different city. All of them are just in Toronto. Our main campus is the North Campus. If you can see my cursor moving, it's only about 10 minutes away from the largest and the busiest airport again in the whole Canada, which is Toronto Pearson International Airport. That's our main campus. Our Lakeshore campus, near Lake Ontario, at the Lakeshore Boulevard West, that's about 20 to 30 minutes away from the airport by drive. And we also have another one at the downtown Toronto, right in the middle of the city. So if you can see this, we have the IGS, or International Graduate School. From the name itself, we are only delivering graduate programs in this campus. If you can see the green line, that is a subway. The yellow U-shaped line is also a subway. The purple line up there, also a subway. All broken red lines are bus lines. So anywhere your student might live around Toronto, it will be very, very easy for them to access all of our campuses through public transportation. In fact, this station, Kipling, has an extension already, which will lead the the train or the subway to Humber North. And that's the same name for the station. It's Humber North Station. So that's how easy to access our campuses are. So to give you a glimpse of how our campuses look like, this is the North Campus. Again, it's the main campus, the largest among the 3 campuses that we have. Most of the sciences programs, our STEM programs, science, healthcare, technology, engineering, some of the education programs are also delivered here. And even the green area is still part of Humber. That's what we call Humber Arboretum. We use that facility, or that it's an open park to the public. So we use that facility in some of our classes in early childhood, child and youth care. If your student is looking for an on-campus accommodation, these buildings at the back are our on-campus accommodation or dormitory at the North Campus. There's another building here, if you can remember. Balik lang tayo in few slides. This one. This building is actually situated beside this glass building. It's here, if my cursor is moving. And the bus stop is actually there. Ito, this one. And just few walks away, nandun yung Humber North station ng subway. So that's BCTI, or Barrett Center for Technology and Innovation. That facility was built for our students doing research or a project in robotics, engineering. That building is sponsored by our industry partners like DMG Mori, KUKA, Cisco. So any tech or robotics related projects or research are being done at the BCTI. Again, that's Barrett Center for Technology and Innovation. This building is Humber Guelph University. They have a different program. So if you will be submitting an application, it's only for Humber Polytechnic. There's a different application process for Humber Guelph University. This is Lakeshore campus, the one below the map. So again, it's situated at Lake Ontario. This lake at the back is Lake Ontario already. And the view is actually the downtown Toronto already. If you can see this, this is the CN Tower. And that is where you can find the downtown campus, which is the IGS or International Graduate School. For Lakeshore, we are delivering most of our social sciences programs, arts programs, a little bit of um, healthcare programs as well at the Lakeshore campus. Very, very, very nice campus with a very nice community outside. If your student is also looking for an on-campus accommodation, we also have that at the Lakeshore campus. And for the IGS, please set your students' expectation that the IGS is only part of a building out of an 8-floor building. 3 floors are reserved for Humber Polytechnic. So again, we are only delivering graduate programs in this campus. So very corporate looking ang setting ni IGS. Okay, so going to our services. So what are the services we offer to our international students? Of course, as a designated learning institution or DLI, Humber students will be allowed to work part-time 24 hours per week during classes, unlimited hours during semester break or holiday break. And if your students are wondering on how can they look for their part-time jobs, we can definitely assist them in looking, but we will not be placing them. They will still need to submit their CV, go through an interview, pass the interview for them to get the job. But of course, we can assist them in looking. We can provide them with a list of job openings around Toronto. We can create their LinkedIn profile for them, help them with LinkedIn profile photo shoot. We also conduct job fairs in the beginning of each semester. Every single semester, before it starts, there is a job fair and networking nights. So we bring in our industry partners so that your students can actually go around, do networking, give out their business cards, find prospective employers as soon as before they start their classes. Okay, if they need tutorials, again, Academic and Career Success Center is there. We also have a platform for all of our students. Once they are already a Humber Polytechnic student, they will receive an access to Devant application. It's in partnership with Devant. That application will post all of the job openings around Toronto area. On top of that, we have an account at on Instagram. It's Life at Humber. So they can also check that because we also post job openings there. We also have the International Center where you can find our team and the international student advisors. If they are having troubles with their study permit, if they need to extend their study permit, they need to apply for their post-graduation work permit. Again, as a designated learning institution, all of our graduates, if they study the programs that are eligible for a post-graduation work permit, they can definitely apply for that after graduation. If they are wondering on how to apply for PGWP, our international student advisors um, are conducting workshops on how to apply for PGWP even before they graduate. So before graduation, they already know what documents should they gather and present in applying for their post-graduation work permit. And our team is also at the International Center. If they have any questions about their study load, adding another program after finishing one, then we can definitely assist them on that. We also have the Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. If they're having troubles with their health, may it be physical health or mental health, they can be assisted there for free. Also, Athletics and Recreation Center, we have a very huge gym inside the North Campus as well as at the Lakeshore Campus. We have a 3-floor building only reserved for Humber Fitness Center at the Lakeshore Campus. Free of charge for our students. They just have to present their Humber ID. They can definitely use that. We have different teams of sports that they can join. If they wish to apply for an athletic scholarship, they can also do that once they are already a Humber student and have started their classes at Humber. Okay, so going to our program. So in the previous, I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with the changes in Canada, but I'm assuming you have an idea that there are a lot of changes in Canada in the past year since 2024. So way back before 2024, any program that they study in a designated learning institution will make them eligible for a post-graduation work permit. But now, not anymore. There are only selected industries. That will make them eligible for a post-graduation work permit. So if your students will be studying a program under the 6 industries nominated by IRCC to be eligible for PGWP, then they will get the work permit after graduation. So one of which is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So those programs that you can see on the screen are the programs that we offer under STEM. You don't really have to take a screenshot anymore. I think Pao will be sending the recording. Also, our website is a very, very good tool in looking for a program that will be eligible for PGWP. But to give you a glimpse, those are the programs that we have under STEM. We are very huge in engineering. We have a lot of engineering programs. Humber, being a polytechnic institution, has over 31 bachelor's degree programs, including bachelor's of engineering programs. Not all colleges in Canada are allowed to deliver bachelor's degree. If they have, probably about 5 or 10, but with Humber, we have a very huge selection of bachelor programs, including Bachelor of Engineering Information Systems, Mechatronics, Sustainable Building Engineering. And we're also happy and very proud to say that we have already launched 2 master's degree. So in the previous years, masters are only delivered in universities in Canada, but right now we were given permission to deliver master's degree programs. We have 2 at the moment. We have Masters of Engineering, Advanced Manufacturing, and Masters of Computer Science, Cybersecurity Operations and Management. And those 2 programs, apart from being PGWP eligible, the students are also eligible to bring their spouse under an open work permit. Okay, for healthcare, we have a little bit of everything. Definitely, we have nursing programs, which is very, very popular for Filipinos. We have practical nursing, which is 2 years. We have a Bachelor of Nursing, which is 4 years, same in the Philippines. We have food and nutrition management, fitness and health promotion. We have addictions and mental health, another very in-demand program. It's a 1-year graduate certificate program. So if your student has already finished probably a Bachelor of Psychology in the Philippines, we could offer them addictions and mental health. If they wish to study at least 2 years to get the 3-year post-graduation work permit, they can add another 1-year graduate certificate program to addictions and mental health. That is our infant and child mental health, which is also a new program. We are now offering medical laboratory assistant program, medical laboratory technology. For the longest time, we didn't have this program or these programs. So what we basically offer med tech graduates in the Philippines is biotechnology, but now we have medical laboratory technology. We added a couple more new programs. We have respiratory therapy, we have cardiovascular technology, cardiac sonography. We also offer occupational therapy assistant and physical therapy assistant and pharmacy technician. Another very popular program for Filipinos, personal support worker. Yeah. For trades, we have building construction technician, heating, refrigeration, and air conditioning. Another very popular program in Canada. Not so much for Filipinos, but there is a huge job demand for heating, refrigeration, and air conditioning. So that's why we are offering those programs. We have plumbing techniques, welding techniques, electrical techniques, carpentry, and renovation. For agri-food business industry, basically, since we are located in Toronto, it's difficult to do agriculture in a city, so we don't have agriculture programs. But if the question is there a demand? Sorry, is there a demand for agriculture right now in Canada? The answer is yes, definitely, but not in Toronto because it's a city. But we have programs that we've identified to be under agri-food business, one of which is golf management, which apparently has a very huge job demand right now, not just in Toronto, but in the whole Canada, and also landscape technician. We have education as well, early childhood education, not on the slide, but we are also offering teaching English as a second language program, also a post-graduation work permit eligible program, together with early childhood education. For transport, we have supply chain management, both in a bachelor degree and in a graduate certificate degree. Again, for bachelor's degree, we have over 31 programs where your students can choose from. As you can see on your screen, just to highlight for students who are starting in January 2027, and if they are applying for any of our Bachelor of Commerce that you can see on the screen right now, any Bachelor of Commerce program, and they will be starting in January 2027, we are offering a 10,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. Okay, so please take note of that. Any student who will be starting in January 2027 for any of the Bachelor of Commerce programs, they will automatically receive, no need for separate application. It will be automatically credited to their Humber account. That's 10,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. For the rest of the bachelor's degree, we have up to 4,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. I'll get to that later on. Again, you can see the complete list of our programs on our website. I can send a link later on so that you can explore our website. Going to our admissions, we have 3 intakes at Humber. The main intake is September, our fall intake. The next is January intake, which is our winter intake, followed by the summer intake in May. So right now, we are still accepting applications for September while it is already almost July. It might be a little too late for your students for September, but if they're 100% ready, all the documents for study permit application is ready as well, then probably you could try. But if not, if that's too soon, January is now open. We are now accepting applications for January 2027. May 2027 is about to open. Last week we had a meeting. They said it's opening soon, so we're hoping it's going to open this week. Hoping. I'm not sure yet, but we will have another meeting tonight. We will know more about that. I'll let Yes Education know once we have more details on when we are going to open our May 2027. But just to let you know, we are also offering practical nursing across all intake. So September, January, and May. Practical nursing is very popular and very, very in demand. We have very limited seats. So if your student is interested in practical nursing, 2-year diploma, eligible for 3-year post-graduation work permit, please have their documents ready. Submit everything to Yes Education as soon as possible so that when we open, Yes Education can submit right away. Okay. What are the documents that you need to submit for your students if they're applying for a certificate, 1 year, diploma, 2 years, advanced diploma, 3-year program? We will be needing their high school transcript and high school diploma, even if they already finished bachelor's degree in the Philippines. Again, even if they already finished bachelor's degree, as long as they're applying for certificate, diploma, or advanced diploma, please include their high school transcript and high school diploma. If they're applying for, same with bachelor's degree, especially. But if they're applying for a graduate certificate program or a master's degree, we only need their college transcript and college diploma. Why do I give so much emphasis to only college transcript and college diploma? I encounter a lot of applicants or agents who are telling me, Daryl, we can't submit the application yet. And when I ask, the reason is because they don't have the high school transcript yet. And when I ask what program is your student applying for, then they will tell me it's a graduate certificate program or a master's degree. Then you don't need high school documents anymore. You can submit the application even with just the college transcript and college diploma. For the English test requirement, technically we are requiring language test proficiency. But for Filipinos who have finished bachelor's degree in any of the schools on the list, we automatically waive the language proficiency test requirement. No need for them to submit any document anymore. No need for a medium of instruction if they finished bachelor's degree in any of the schools. However, if they finished their bachelor's degree, but the name of the school is not on the list, that is the time when we will require certificate of English as medium of instruction. So we can only waive language proficiency test requirement for those who have already finished bachelor's degree. For those who just finished 3 years, they can still apply to a certificate program, diploma program, advanced diploma, but we cannot waive the language proficiency test requirement. They will need to submit language test. We are accepting IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge test, Pearson test of English, and it's not on the list, but we are accepting Duolingo. For certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, Duolingo score is 105. We are accepting Duolingo for practical nursing, but not for pharmacy technician and Bachelor of Nursing. Those 3 programs would still require language proficiency test requirement. We cannot waive language proficiency test requirement for practical nursing, Bachelor of Nursing, and pharmacy technician. But then again, for practical nursing, we are accepting Duolingo. The score is 105, just like any other certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma programs. Duolingo 105. For bachelor's degree, it's 100 15. For graduate certificate and master's degree, it's 120 for Duolingo. Okay, for any application, as long as it's going through Yes Education, your students don't need to pay the 100 Canadian dollar application fee anymore. It's going to be waived. Yes Education will handle everything for your students. For high school graduates, grade 12, we can only waive language proficiency test requirement if they graduated from an international school in the Philippines. Pero kapag national high school, they are required to submit language proficiency test. Okay, I think that's it. Pao will be providing you with a copy of the list of these schools. Tuition fees are running from 19,000 to 24,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year or 2 semesters. There are 2 semesters in 1 year. Again, right now, the updated amount is 19,000 to 24,000 Canadian dollars. The master's degree is about 24,000 Canadian dollars. There are some graduate certificate programs that are just 23,000, diploma programs that are only 19,000 Canadian dollars per year or 2 semesters. And that includes their health insurance already as an international student. They're required to have their health insurance, and that is already embedded in their tuition fee. Scholarships. Right now, we are offering up to 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship, automatic. Etong international entrance scholarship is a ano ba? Just one scholarship per country. So only one student can get this scholarship for the Philippines, the International Entrance Scholarship. However, we have a President's International Entrance Award, no limit. So that's 2,000 Canadian dollars as long as your students who are applying for September 2026 will be able to submit their study permit application by July 17 and they get approved for the study permit, then they will automatically receive the 2,000 Canadian dollar bursary. If they have applied for January 2027 and they were able to submit their study permit application by November 6 and the study permit gets approved, they will automatically get 2,000 Canadian dollar bursary. That will also be true for May 2027, but we don't know the date yet kung kailan, on when is the deadline for the study permit submission. We will post that on our website. We will let Yes Education know so that they could update you. For a bachelor's degree, apart from the one I mentioned earlier, for any Bachelor of Commerce, we have 10,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. If they're applying for any other bachelor program, and if they are a grade 12 graduate transitioning to any of our bachelor's degree. So earlier, for any Bachelor of Commerce, any student. But for this Bachelor of Scholarship amounting to for up to 4,000 Canadian dollars, only those who are a graduate of grade 12 and will directly transition to any of our bachelor degree programs, did not study bachelor's in the Philippines, did not study diploma first at Humber or any other school in Canada. They should be grade 12 from the Philippines, applying to any of our bachelor's degree. They will qualify to this scholarship. If their GPA is 95% or higher, they will automatically get 4,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. If they are in the 90 to 95% average for their GPA, they will receive 3,500. For 85 to 90%, they will get 3,000. For 80 to 85, they will get 2,000. All of those with check are renewable since bachelor degree is 4 years at Humber. If they're able to maintain their grades, they can still get the same amount of scholarship by the following year. For those who got 75 to 80%, they will only get 1,500 Canadian dollar scholarship, one time only, non-renewable. Again, that is only for bachelor degree programs. Application process, you just submit all clear, colored, and uncut scanned documents to Yes Education, and they will be submitting the application for your students. Okay, I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Ang bilis. For any questions, I will be joining you for the Q&A.
Yes, thank you, that Daryl. Very fast, very fast. But yeah, it's very detailed, very informative. But yes, we do have a few questions here. I'll try to read it, Da, and help me to answer. So currently we have four. So just please feel free to chat your questions, your clarifications. Okay, from our okay, this is just a very general one. From our team's perspective, we've seen a significant decline in increase in applications for Canada over the past few months. I'm just curious if Humber has been experiencing a similar trend or if you've noticed different patterns in your international recruitment pipeline. Can we also ask regarding your timeline?
So it's actually the same across all other institutions across Canada.
Right. Yes.
Probably it's because of the changes.
Yeah.
People are more apprehensive right now in applying. But of course, um, as an education consultants, we should be very firm that Canada did not close its doors to international students. It is still open. I think we should take it in a more positive light, um, especially now that IRCC has already identified which industries has demand or have demand for job opportunities in Canada. And that's easier for your students to choose which programs will actually lead them to a post-graduation work permit and will allow them to have job opportunities. So what happened before was any program that you study, including all business programs, are
The-
PGWP eligible. But the
Yes.
ending is when they arrive in Canada, there's not much of a demand for business graduates. That's why now IRCC has already selected which industries do we need, where is the demand, and that is or those are the programs that will lead them to have post-graduation work permit. So I think it's a, a positive note, rather than
Mm-hmm.
graduating any program and then ending looking for a job which has no demand.
Right. No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? For the timeline, previously, Humber's processing time is very, 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 very long, 10 weeks, but not anymore because there's not much of applications. Not to scare you, but that is good because we can process applications faster. So right now, it's about 3 to 5 business days,
Which is fast.
which is fast.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned, Daryl, about the programs and the co-op partnerships, like work opportunities, because that's the second questions we had. Which
Mm.
programs at Humber have the most active employer partnerships and the strongest track record of converting co-op placements into full-time job offers after graduation? If you can give like maybe two or three.
So definitely everything that we've mentioned, because again, everything that we have on the slides are PGWP eligible. But for the co-op, not all programs have co-op. So 90% of the programs have co-op, but definitely IT would be practical nursing, Bachelor of Nursing, early childhood education. Those are the ones you can easily get jobs after. Addictions and mental health, very popular. Um Fitness and health promotion, food and nutrition management, occupational therapy assistant, pharmacy technician, yan. Almost everything.
Basically, yeah, basically it's
Engineering
almost
as well.
everything. Yeah, every program. Yeah.
So we've already removed those programs that where your students will not be, able to land
Mm.
in jobs. Hospitality is not very in demand right now in Canada, so we
Mhm.
don't have that on the list. Business programs, it's not also on the list. But if they're in business, they're looking to study in Canada, wanting to have post-graduation work permit. We have graduate certificate programs in business insights and analytics. While it is a business program, it has an analytics side. So it's considered to be under STEM, which makes it post-graduation work permit eligible.
Right, right.
And it has a very strong foundation on IT. So they can land in a good job under IT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. IT is very in demand. I think everywhere. Okay, on to the next. Could we kindly ask for your guidance on admissions for applicants who hold a TESDA certificate in caregiving but have not yet gained any work experience if they can submit to personal support worker program?
How long is the NC? 2
And
years? 6 months?
yes,
2 years?
two.
If the student was able to
but
finish at,
no any work experience.
it's okay as long as they finish at least 2 years.
At least 2 years. Got it.
For no experience but did not, sorry, no, sorry, for students who did not finish at least 2 years but has 1 year, at least 1 year work experience, they're 19 years old and above, they can be considered to be a mature student. So we could still consider their application.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that one. So this question again, 3 to 5 working days, guys, for turnaround time. But additional for that turnaround time, does it vary, Daryl, by program or intake for the 3 to 5 business days
No.
turnaround time? Okay.
And if ever it exceeds the 3 to 5 business days, yes, education will be following up with me, then I'll have it expedited. So
Yeah.
no need to worry.
Yes. I'll bug Daryl for that one. For scholarship, okay, for the scholarship, when can the student receive the 10,000 Canadian dollars? I think this one
So,
is for Bachelor of Accounting.
Bachelor of Commerce, any Bachelor of
I'm
Commerce.
sorry, Commerce, yes.
So we have to make sure that they receive their visa approval first. They were able
Mm-hmm.
to register 2 classes, then we will be crediting the 10,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. Of course, there's no sense in giving the 10,000 Canadian
Right
dollars
away.
scholarship if they did not register to classes because they cannot
Of
register
course.
without a visa approval.
Right, right. Okay. Last one for competitive programs like nursing and health sciences. Is there an additional entrance assessment, interview, or waitlist process that Filipino applicants should be aware of?
Not really. The only thing that you have to consider is the number of seats. So again, just like what I've mentioned earlier, if you're aiming for practical nursing, it's a very in-demand program. Like in 1 week, 2 weeks time, no, not really 1 week, 2 weeks time, the seats will be released to all of the applicants for sure. So your
Okay.
student might be on a wait list, but what I always tell the agents and our students, most of the students who apply for practical nursing will definitely push through.
Mm-hmm.
So, being on a wait list, it's not really 100% that you will get
Mm-hmm.
a seat.
Right, right. So yeah, definitely if you do have any students,
Mm.
hopefully they do have the complete documents, please send it right away to us. And then we'll just chase the offer letter after 5 working days if there's nothing from Humber's admissions. Okay, any other questions, guys? Clarifications? Let me check my chat. Q&A. All good. Again, guys, this is recorded. We'll be sharing everything to you. But before we wrap up, any last advice you'd like to share with our attendees about their application journey or the application of the applications of their students or studying in Canada or life at Humber Polytechnic? Any last few advice words?
Probably figure out just on how they would like to position Humber. So again, we could always mention that Humber is the largest public college in the whole Canada. We're a polytechnic institution. We highly, highly value hands-on learning. 90% of the programs are required to have co-op or work placements. Definitely they can still work even if their program doesn't have co-op or work placement. Please remember that they can still do part-time. They can also do part-time on campus, unlimited hours, 24 hours for off-campus part-time jobs. But it's also good to have co-op or work placements so that they can already have that network even before they graduate. We have 90% of our students get jobs within 6 months after graduation. And when they do their research about studying in Canada, when they research about Humber Polytechnic and its graduates, we have a very, very high employer satisfaction rate. So employers, when they see their CV, they graduated from Humber, most of them get hired immediately. So that's how we want to position Humber. While we don't do this in Canada, technically, how we do it in Canada, whatever industry or whatever industry has a demand for jobs around the area where we are located, those are the programs that we are delivering because as a public institution, we are the ones supplying manpower to those industries. Um, but we are quite well known for technology, engineering, IT, computer programming, those programs, even if we have healthcare programs as well. So you might want to position Humber in that line. And again, May 2027 will be opening soon. Sorry, still accepting applications for January 2027. Practical nursing is already waitlisted for January, but please stay tuned for May because it's also offered in May 2027. We have personal support worker, which is very huge in the Philippines. So please remember that we have personal support worker, addictions and mental health. Also, I forgot to mention business program, which is eligible for post-graduation work permit and has a huge population in the Philippines. Insurance. We have insurance management, property, and casualty. There are a lot of Filipinos who are in insurance industry. So if you've encountered prospective students, please let them know that we have insurance management, property, and casualty, and also financial planning,
Mhm.
which are both eligible for post-graduation work permit. So they can definitely consider that. I think
Oh,
that's it.
okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your time and participation today. Again, Daryl, thank you for your time as well. I know
Thank you
you're
so
so
much.
busy. We appreciate your engagement and questions. So if you have any follow-up inquiries, please feel free to reach out to us. Me and Yanni will be here. So we look forward to connecting with you again. And any potential leads for Humber or any from our attendees, if you do want to have an online session with Humber Polytechnic, please do let us know and we'll coordinate everything with Daryl. Okay, okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Daryl, thank
Thank
you
you so
again for your
much.
time.
Thanks,
Have a great day,
pal.
everyone. Bye. Talk soon.